Everything about Caitlin Clark has brought eyes to her and eyes to the game of college basketball. Not just women's college basketball. She's the greatest scorer and the most impactful player college basketball has seen.
Caitlin Clark, a showstopper. Clark with an open look, swishes in to triple.
How will she go for history?
I'm just happy to be a part of it and keep making history.
Well, the top prospect that we have to talk about, of course, in this WNBA draft is Caitlin Clark. In my opinion, the greatest offensive player to ever play women's college basketball. Her numbers absolutely speak for themselves. She is, of course, the all-time leading scorer. The number that stands out to me, though, is that she is the first player ever to amass over 3,000 points and over 1,000 assists. It's not just her scoring, it's also the way that she passes the ball. And that's something I want to dive into here with her strengths and the things that she's going to bring to the W. So let's talk about her shooting and her range, her playmaking off the dribble, underrated part of her game, passing and vision, and then of course, the clutch gene. We've seen her hit so many big shots in her career at Iowa. So let's dive into it. Let's start with shooting and range for Caitlin Clark. So we know her range is just incredible. I really want to start with this play because it shows, A, she's pulling up for three in transition, which is something that she does so often. And the play begins with her face guarded here in the corner. So Iowa does the smart thing, inbounds it to Gabby Marshall. Caitlin Clark cuts to get herself open and then has her momentum going towards the rim. And there's all this open space. She could go take a layup, but she's Caitlin Clark. Why would she do that? Three is worth more than two, and she knocks it down. When it comes to her range, it is truly unparalleled in the women's game. I have not seen anyone shoot the ball like she does with such ease, that far away, and at a high percentage. This shot is from the Ally logo. Shout out to Ally. This game in Charlotte was awesome between Virginia Tech and Iowa. I got to be there for it. And look at that shot. It makes her so difficult to guard because you have to respect her range so far out that you have to guard her so far out, enables her to get to the rim when she wants to. And then remember this play, when she surpassed 3,000 points, Gabby Marshall does a great job of finding her. Look how far out she is. Her shot mechanics do not change, even though she's that far away from the three-point line and that far away from the rim. That is unique. It's very reminiscent of Steph Curry. Honestly, I have not seen a player shoot from range like this, except for Steph Curry, men's or women's. She's that special with her range, and it makes her so difficult to guard. Let's talk playmaking off the dribble, and that's what I'm talking about with the range. It enables her to get to the rim because you have to respect it. I really like this play because it's crafty, and it shows Caitlin Clark using her size. Caitlin Clark is 6 feet tall. People forget that. She goes away from Aaliyah Boston, which is smart. Aaliyah Boston, great shot blocker, and perhaps her new teammate soon, uses her size and hits the reverse layup, getting to the rim. She keeps the defense honest with her ability to get to the rack. And then this play is just a smart, high IQ play. She knows she has Camila Cardoso on her. 6'7", incredible size and incredible shot blocker. So she sizes her up as she gets into the paint and is going to use a pump fake here to create an open shot right here with this runner, gets Camila Cardoso flying and then knocks it down. So her creativity getting to the rim is also really good. Let's talk about her passing. This is something I feel like we don't talk about enough. There are very few players in the world that would make this pass. She is doubled so far away from the basket and is able to find Hannah Stuelke. She knows Stuelke can catch this ball, she knows her personnel, and she throws it right where Stuelke can get to it, and then a great finish by Hannah Stuelke. That's an incredible pass. And Stuelke with a strong finish for Iowa in another sold-out arena, as you can see in that video. And then how about this behind the back pass in the pick and roll? Caitlin Clark is not just going to throw a general bounce pass. She's going to hit you with a behind the back pass and make it look so easy while doing it. She is truly one of the best passers we have seen in the game. And you pair that with her shooting, it's an incredible combination. And she's clutch. This is something you cannot teach. This is something she just has. What an incredible shot against Michigan State, and the internal clock in her head to know how much time she had to get that ball off. I had to watch it back multiple times to make sure she got the ball off. And you can see that she does because the scoreboard has not turned red right before she releases the ball. Her ability to make shots when her team needs it and to score in the clutch is just incredible. We haven't seen anything like it, and I think she will carry that into the WNBA. Her confidence is something that, again, I don't think you can really teach, and she has that in spades. How about weaknesses? Let's just start with a few weaknesses here. To me, it's the turnovers. And you'll see a few games where she has turnovers over kind of the 5-6 mark. I think she forces things a bit too much. She tries to make the incredible pass when you don't need to make the incredible pass. So let's take a look at this here. She also can be affected by the length of a defender. In this play specifically, Raven Johnson is guarding her. Raven uses her length to get a hand on the ball and get this pass. She's got to be ready for that because they're going to put really lengthy defenders on her at the next level. And then this play, this pass is just not necessary. It's a really difficult pass. Her teammate isn't even open and she's being guarded by Cardoso. That's a play I'd love to see her pull out, shoot the three, or attack the rim. So I think the turnovers is something that she has to hone in on a little bit. I think that's very fixable for her. And then defensively, no one would say she's the best on-ball defender in this draft class, but I think she can definitely hold her own. She has very good size. And at times, if you watch Iowa, they play a lot of zone, and I think she just kind of looks bored on defense. So if she can lock in defensively, which she will have to do at the next level, to me, she should be fine on that end of the floor. But it's Caitlin Clark. She's phenomenal. One of the best, if not the best, collegiate careers we have ever seen. I think it will translate to the WNBA. Will she be scoring 30 a night? I'm not sure about that, but she will be completely fine and will make a huge impact for the Indiana Fever, who are most likely going to draft her with the #1 overall pick.